Hauser, bro, I'm so proud of you, dog. Before we open this review of Chapter 30 of Fortnite of the Apocalypse, please do me a favor and leave your own thoughts on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got Pencil here. Here we are to review Chapter 30 of Fortnite of the Apocalypse, which is known as Raging Storms. And honestly, this chapter, it was busting, bro. But we got to talk about these busting color pages, bro. Like, I don't, like, Nakaba, you're a madman, bro. Like, what's with all these color pages? I do not remember 7 Deadly Sins having this many color pages, especially, like, weekly. Like, we were 30 chapters in. I feel like we've already had, like, 10 color pages. I'm not complaining at all. I'm proud of you, Nakaba. I'm happy for you. But at the same time, bro, like, golly, you be smacking on these things. However, I am going to get into it. Yo, Percival, I'm not liking the drip, dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Something about the green bows and, like, the weird, like, shading of black for the onesie you got on, bro, it just doesn't match the cape anymore. Like, I feel like the purple is good. Like, the hair is fine. All that's good. The orange is fine. It's just a weird onesie, bro. You gotta get a new one. You gotta get... Little Dragon roast Percival up real quick, but have him be perfectly fine and let him get some new clothes. This is not the wave. And I trusted you. This is not the wave. Nasians looks drippy as always. Like, come on now, bro. That man's perfect. Undoubtedly. Indubitably. I thought his hair was darker, though. I didn't know it was that light brown. But then again, I think, no. I'm just misremembering. It was that light brown. Hold on. He's fine. But he's as drippy as always. Come on now. It's Nasians. Sin? That boy Sin? Is it me or is he a different shade of pink now? Like, that man just looks different. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he looks a little bit strange, if you will. Like, that weird, it's like a more magenta pink. It's like it almost matches Donnie's hair with how like much deeper saturated the pink got. I'm not complaining. I actually like this look compared to Sin's original look, but I don't know, now that I'm noticing it, it's just throwing me off a little bit. Speaking of Donnie though, geez, like he just looks like a mustard packet, bro. He looks like a mustard and relish packet combo, bro. Like the yellow coat, the green pants, the brown, like and I know you're trying to get me to respect Donnie, but man, golly gee willikers, bro. Like, that's not the way. Dude looks ugly. And not gonna lie, that hair, bro. Honestly, did we get to see Hauser's hair color? Did we? No, Hauser's parents' hair color. I know we got to see it in the anime, but I'm trying to remember because I guess Donnie may have got that color from his dad because I don't remember Hauser's parents having that bright red hair. It just seems weird to me. I don't remember that being a thing. But who knows? We haven't got to see Donnie's mom or dad, so we don't know what they look like. So it's entirely possible he got that hair from them. Then we got Anne. And once again, I think it's just like the saturation is higher on pretty much everything except for like Nasian's clothes. But even then, honestly, Nasian's clothes look a little bit desaturated because Anne's hair is like deep blue. Like I feel like it was a lighter blue in the previous color pages. Same. Well, no, her eyes always look the same. That's normal. And then the coat, like the thing is, Anne's outfit's fine. It's not as drippy as Nasian's, but it's way better than Percival and Donnie's in my mind. I don't know. It just seems like Nakaba did Percival and Donnie dirty. But enough of that color page. On to the next color page, because you know I had to go in depth on that one. But golly gee williker, bro. Like, this is beautiful, dog. Like, seeing Percival come out the flames, his eyes, the raging fire coming around him as he has this determined look of determination. English 100. But this, like, fierce look of determination as he locks eyes with the crimson eye of this mother dragon. And honestly, usually I don't like green on... For some reason, this color of green in particular, like this looks like puke green, I'm not gonna lie. But on the dragon in particular, especially considering it's probably like an older dragon and it's like scales may have turned this color, I'm actually perfectly fine with this look. And usually I really don't like that. And geez, it really did split a big old rock. But, oh, I just noticed that. We get to see Anne and, well, I don't know why my brain lags so hard. Anne and Sylvain, they both managed to come up and they're running up with the gang. And I don't see Sin anywhere. Oh, well, Sin's with... Never mind, that makes sense. Sin's with Hauser. But regardless of that, yeah, this is a really cool shot. Oh, and I love that he colored in the panels that way. It looks like an aged text. I just realized the borders of the panels, it's not the typical white. This is a really good opening to a chapter. I'm 4 minutes. I need to go. But regardless of that, we get to see that Taizu has noted that the basement is going to cave in eventually. And the thing is, we get to see that the dragon is like so fodder right now that Nasians is like helping it out with, and I think it is the energy potion. He's using the same energy potion he gave to Percival all that time ago. So, but he's turning it into mist, so that's why it's taking so long. And we get to see that Taizu was like, yo, Hauser, Come on now. I'm gonna need you to be a good character, dog. Like, all them kids, they gonna get munched. They gonna get munched real quickly if you do not hurry up, go up there and body bag that gosh darn dragon. I know you can do it. And then Hauser's like, I don't care. Who's this fox staring straight at me? And like, we've been having discussions, we've been having debates, we've been having fist fights. No, we haven't been having fist fights, no violence here. But we've been talking about like who Sin is. And I'm not gonna lie, the opening of the eye here, it just like, I could so easily transplant that eye on the Bond's face and just keep it pushing. You probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like, if I had the editing skills, I would do just that. But I don't know, this seems so much like, but then again, this seems way more mature than Bond was. But at the same time, it's been 16 years, so I'm not shocked if Bond's matured a bit. But the thing is, in the same crude nature too, I don't know. It's interesting to see how like Sin just goes in on Hauser. You're a pathetic disgrace, Knight Captain Hauser. You got the kahunas to call yourself Donnie's teacher, and like Hauser freaks out and is like, whoa, I've seen a talking pig before, but now a talking fox. Which see that becomes like I've mentioned before, there are three schools of thought on who Sin is. Either A, he's Bond, B, he's Lancelot, or C, he's a unique purgatory beast. And I feel like this page alone is meant to simultaneously confuse us, because you have like the sort of Bond look with the eye. Obviously, Sin's a fox too, you know, fox and agree, bada bing, bada boom. But he also knows who Hauser is. Like specifically, he knows not only who he not only knows who Hauser is, but he knows Hauser is a Captain Holy Knight. Like, that's specific information you would need to know. And to be fair, this is a fox supposedly sent by Meliodas himself, so maybe he does just know his way around the kingdom. But at the same time, that seems like very specific information for just a random purgatory beast that's sent by Meliodas out to do something would know. I don't know. I'm a little bit thinking it's Bond, but at the same time, the mentioning of Hawk here alludes to just a purgatory beast that's under the control or like under the service of Meliodas, which is just as equally possible. So I don't know, like, I would love it if it was Bond, and it would explain how Sin all those chapters ago managed to instantly annihilate like all those higher level chaotic dead that caused Ironside and his boy to just get on out of there the moment they realized that Sin was that much of a threat. That would make sense. However, at the same time, we got to realize that purgatory beasts are kind of snap though. Like, y'all realize Wilde could solo the 10 Commandments, Zeldris included. Well, not Zeldris now. Zeldris now is a demon. I'm not going to lie. Zeldris now, after the movie, is a madman, bro. Easily watches Elizabeth. We're not going to get into a power scaling argument here. The thing is, we know for a fact that purgatory beasts are menaces. So it could legit just be Sin is that strong. And he's just a random purgatory beast, which would be fine too. But then we get to see that, wow, that's interesting too, because Hauser like questions how the fox knows about him. And we get to see, regardless of that, as Taizu is watching with the most hilarious expression on his face, that Sin like attacks Hauser's psyche, bro. Like, he's legit like, hey, are you really mad that Evelyn betrayed you and Donnie ran away? Or are you maybe more mad at yourself for failing both of your trainees? And Hauser looks away because he feels guilty. He knows Sin is right, but he doesn't want to admit it. And then we get to see that the Confidant of Eternal Darkness piece that Hauser is holding that he stole from Donnie, it acts as the linking point for Hauser. Hauser has been told for these past couple chapters to get over yourself. Go help him out. Donnie's not as much of a coward as you think he is. He's been told that multiple times by multiple people, but it's never stuck with him. But then we get to see that this very, very important relic that he just assumed Donnie stole, he realizes that Donnie protected it. Sin explains that Donnie had risked his life against the Knights of Chaos, which is a super cool name. For some reason, it never clicked for me that they'd be called that. I just thought they'd be called like Arthur's Round Table or Arthur's Knights or something like that, or the Knights of Camelot. But the Knights of Chaos, bro, that is such a amazing name. It's just because chaos itself as a word has such a powerful like meaning behind it. But regardless of that, it's a super cool name. But enough of that. We get to see that the Knight of Chaos is what, well, no, I say that like the Knight of Chaos showed up, but we get to see that Hauser is told about how Donnie risked his life to protect the piece of the Coffin of Eternal Darkness from the Knight of Chaos. He saved a town from the brink of absolute destruction and death. And of course, we get to see at the same time as Sin's explaining this, Donnie risking his life again alongside Percival, alongside a person he trusts with his life and everything to go and fight the dragon. And the thing is, Hauser gets confused because he's like, yo, these circus kids, like this circus trio, what the heck is going on there? But of course, he didn't believe Donnie when he said the stuff he said earlier, because Donnie already told Hauser that he's not doing that circus thing anymore. He's talking about how this friend that Donnie trusts with his life is one of the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. And we get to see that Meliodas has like fully shifted from Holy Knight Captain, who's like kind of on the same level as Meliodas, considering, you know, Meliodas was the captain and Hauser's the captain now, to like His Majesty. That was a weird thing that got me in this chapter, like hearing Meliodas referred to as His Majesty's secret mission. Like hearing Meliodas referred to as His Majesty, like we've probably heard it before, but coming out of Hauser's mouth, someone who used to be on the same level as Meliodas, in a sense, is very, very interesting to me. I like hearing that because it shows how much Meliodas has changed. And honestly, I want to see him. I want to see our boy. Come on now, Nakaba, take me there right now. But regardless of that, we get to see how Percival is not only one of the 4. Yo, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This panel of Percival looks so weird. This whole page, this like full page spread of Percival with the 5-star Dragon Ball on his chest. Like what? I just looked at that. Like there's a 5 stars. There's 5 stars on the insignia of Percival's like cape. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. But then we get to see Percival just like hard slash the dragon with the whole hand, and the dragon's like, I'm not one of your fodder knights, bro. What do I look like? Talisker, get on out of here, and smacks it back, which is interesting. It really shows how powerful these ancient dragons are. And of course, this isn't like Percival, verge of death, I just got back, got my friendship amp kind of like power. But still, this is a Percival post Ironside fight. Like this is a Percival who just got his I just nearly died, come watch me glow up amp. And he's obviously fighting with that full strength because his cape is full size. He's flying around. He's supporting Donnie. He has all his things coming out. He's making massive constructs, but it doesn't even matter to the dragon, which is cool. Like all the beasts in Seven Deadly Sins, I mentioned this before, they never were really a threat because our main cast was so powerful that they could essentially one-shot them. So to see that this ancient dragon is actually like smacking up arguably the strongest character out of our current group. Well, not arguably, flat out the strongest character of our current group. Mama's doing work. Mama's putting in that work. She's smacking him up. And we get to see that everyone gets knocked to the ground, including Edlin. And I sort of forgot Edlin was even there. I'm not gonna lie. Until this panel where we see everyone get knocked down, I forgot Edlin was being toted around. But then we get to see how that has truly gotten to Hauser. Like that woke him up, and he specifically asked, "Yo, Drippy boy over there, what's your name, bro?" And Nasians is like, "It's Nasians, bro. I'm the best character in this entire series so far, outside my boy Pelgard. He's been missing for a while, so I've been taking up the mantle. What you need?" We get to see Hauser is like, "Do me a favor, Nasians." And I love, and see, this is a little point of character development of itself, because he kept calling them kids. He was like, "What do you want, kid? Like, what do you need, kid? Why do you have all this money, kid?" It's great to see him respect Nasians enough to ask his name and then request him to please do me a favor, Nasians. Use your magic to take the alcohol out of my body. And we get to see Sin have this like honestly hilarious reaction where he's like, "Oh Lord, here he comes. Oh Lord, he coming." Because we get to see Anne is ready to run away. Well, no, I'm slow. I'm reading what Percival said and the wrong words came out of my mouth. Percival is ready to fight off the dragon so everyone else can run away. And we get to see how this person alone isn't enough. Like Percival starts sending off his little dudes and they go swinging, they go schmanging, they be going whack, 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 whack. And the Ancient Dragon's like, are we witnessing the same thing right now? Like at least that slap hurt a little bit, but these little tiny things, what are we doing here, buddy? What's the motive? What's the game? What's the real one? And instantly the dragon just like gets tired of it after Percival's like, "It's not working at all." And yo, Nakaba just like, I guess Nakaba forgot. Like these are all kids. Nah, he didn't forget. He did that with purpose. These are all kids, bro. Seeing this graphic imagery of Percival getting his back pierced through by a dragon claw. Like, Nakaba, bro, I know everyone was like either immortal or a demon or could regenerate or had healing, but they were all adults, bro. Like Percival's a whole child. Seeing him get split open like this is the second time a Percival has gotten a hole through him. If we're being completely honest, Ironside did it and now the dragon did it. Then we get to see it was a fake out. It was a substitution jutsu. And Edlin had apparently, this is interesting. Maybe when did Edlin do it though? That's what I'm looking for. When did Edlin create a copy, and when did that copy mimic Percival's powers? Or what? I can't really tell, because it seems like Edlin gets up, and then Percival starts going with the rapid fire machine gun, the little mini hymns, and they start attacking the dragon, and that's it. Like, I don't see a point where Edlin could have swapped him out. So does that mean Edlin can like manipulate the doubles he makes and like make copies manipulate themselves into doing certain things, and that's why the dragon wasn't even affected by the punches? But I feel like that's broken. Like, even if it's not as powerful as the original that you're copying, the ability to make those doubles actually move is wild as an ability. So I wonder if that's a thing, or it's just like Nakaba forgot to like put in a panel where Percival possibly could have been swapped out, because I just don't see it. But then we get to see that our boy Edlin, he is holding on, and Sylvan, poor Sylvan, he's doing his best. Like, he's carrying Donnie and Edlin and Percival, who's just being pulled along. And the amazing thing is that the dragon is so impressive to Percival that he just straight up admits, my attacks do nothing to the dragon. It's crazy. And this is obviously hyping up the big moment, because we get to see that the dragon, after being a bit confused, because obviously it just killed Percival, but then Percival disappeared, it's looking around, it turns to them. We get to see a certain someone strolling up, and there's this whirlwind that's rising. And it's so cool to see how much Hauser has like evolved. To be fair, it's not to a same massive degree, and we've seen him fight using his magic without his weapon before, but seeing how he not only makes this gigantic whirlwind tempest that's like rising up into the air and swirling all the broken pieces of Cant around, and he manages to specifically pick out his sword amongst all the wind, which like kind of lets me know that he has sensory abilities with his wind. Like, he can tell the texture and feel of things, because he managed to perfectly pull his sword to him. And as like Anne goes to insult him, and Edlin's like, yo, wait, dude, master, don't do it. You're gonna get washed by the dragon. We get to see, Donnie being confident in his uncle, bro. Like, this chapter, I love this chapter, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Donnie being so confident in his uncle, and Hauser just walking forward before the dragon, and the dragon's like, boy, if you don't get your dum-dum bubblegum built like a drunk man out of here, and goes to just consume Hauser in fire. Hauser just casually, with a raise of the hand, raise of the blade, rising tornado. And that fire, like, to be fair, we've seen something similar to this, like, beginning of last series, when he did, like, the combo attack with Gila, and he made that gigantic explosion. But it's great to see how the dragon, which was honestly entirely in control of the fight, only got tricked at the very end, is like shocked that Hauser was able to do this. Like, it has this moment of, whoa, what? And then Hauser, with a casual thrust of the blade, whirlwind shock, knocks the dragon on its back. And the dragon, like, gets damaged. It gets knocked down. It's really, like, out. It's not out for the count, maybe. It's dragged against the ground. But it's crazy to see how much of a beast Hauser has become. Well, to be fair, actually, this isn't too much, because Hauser was like one-shotting red demons and gray demons. But seeing Hauser flex like this, seeing Hauser in this position where he's this like true powerhouse relative to our main cast, which is something that would have never happened last series, it's really, really cool. And I'm really happy for Hauser, because I loved Hauser. I loved Hauser last series. And seeing him finally get, like, not his due diligence or something like that, but the respect that I feel like he as a character earned throughout the last series, it's great. And I'm happy that he's back. And honestly, this chapter was smacking. I appreciate it a lot. Mainly because it like finally gives us something I've been waiting to see, which was Hauser being serious, Hauser doing his due and instantly body bagging this dragon as it was predicted he would do. Seeing how Percival still has a long way to go, because we got to realize Hauser is probably way stronger. A lot of y'all were saying like 10 commandment level, and I wouldn't be shocked by that. Who knows? It's been 16 years if he's been training seriously and he has like the goal in mind. He could probably imagine if Hauser is like Sario level now. Like, he's just been training his Tempest so much that's managed to reach the level of Tornado, bro. That would be insane. I would love that if we get to see like an image of Sario like looking down from the heavens, like looking at Hauser wielding. Yup, I'm getting way too much into speculation, but regardless of that, it's cool to see that Percival still has a ways to go. Because honestly, the way the series was hyping up Percival to a point, it sort of made it seem like Percival was just like this top dog. Like, just in general, he was beating Holy Knights. He managed to be relative, or at least to a decent degree, to his father while debuffed. Like, there's stuff that Percival has done that, like, got me worried a little bit about the power progression of the series, but seeing how Percival is essentially ineffective after all his death amps, and we get to see Hauser, a character who, while strong, and while likely stronger than last series, still is by no means a top tier. in the verse. I'm super excited to see how far Percival has to go, and I'm super excited to see who is left of the enemy, because there seems to be, we don't know much about Arthur's faction and how big it is. So I'm super excited to see where they're going, how strong they are, and where they're going to come from to combat people like Hauser, and honestly the entire kingdom of Leonis. Because if Hauser's gotten this strong, how strong has Goat Thunder gotten? How strong is Gila gotten? How strong is Jericho gotten? Like all these other beings, well, to be fair, Jericho was not part of Leonis anymore. She went to the kingdom and returned to Lancelot years later, I'm assuming. But still, there are a ton of people from the last series who are still alive and still extremely powerful, and very likely were training over the last couple of years. I can't wait to see them. I'm super excited. And this has got me really excited to see the old cast again. I sort of like locked it down in my mind that, oh, I'm not going to see the old cast for a while. Like the old main cast, any of the Sins, I'm not going to see them, and I'm not going to see them flex for a while. So like the fervor to see them do that has sort of left my mind, but now that I've seen Hauser come back in such a big bad way, I'm super excited to see everyone else come back in their own big bad ways. I'm super excited to see that. And yeah, honestly, due to like also the two color praises bring this chapter up to a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, I love how Hauser redeems himself by taking down the dragon. I love seeing everyone work together. I love seeing like the culmination of Donnie being willing to fight his fears. I love seeing Percival manifest his new powers. I love seeing, like I said, Hauser stepping up. I love seeing this dragon just be like a real possible threat, and then being knocked down by the boy, the demon, known as the demon dragon. No, I'm kidding. The Hauser just knocking down this giant demonic dragon that seems so powerful, and like it being washed by. This chapter is great. I love it. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.